accidentally pulled into a wrong driveway, expressed his profound relief.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh flame, flame.
El Salvador Bukele declares victory in presidential poll. So President Nayib Bukele on Sunday declared himself winner of El Salvador's national election in a landslide, claiming he captured more than 85% of the vote, even though electoral officials have not released any results. Bukele was the heavily favored to win another 5-year term as voters largely cast aside concerns about erosion of democracy to reward him for a fierce gang crackdown that improves security in the Central American country. Yeah, so that's what happened. One comment, it says, if you never lived in El Salvador when there was a civil war and the gangs ran the country, I have 3 words for you: shut your mouth. I cannot describe and put into words how much my country suffered before this man became president. There is no peace and we are happy. No, it says there is now peace and we are happy. Leave us alone and worry about your own country. Oh, heavy words. That tells me that there is something shady with this guy. If you feeling that like that. It says if people are going to argue that he's behaving like a dictator, then be it. But at least he's doing something fundamental and positive for El Salvador. He has my respect and support. You know, the whole idea of the strong man, and that's what's happening. You're having this ripple effect that's happening across the globe in politics related to the strong man. And I think that Trump is a part of that wave that's happening, the strong man wave. Let me read this. It says, great choice. Homicide rates dropped 70% in 2023 in El Salvador. And I hope y'all understand what I mean by strong man. Like, I don't mean like he can lift things. And I don't mean that he's necessarily strong politically or even with power. It's related to the way you do your tactics. It's strong arm tactics. It's strong man tactics. It's where similar to a dictator, a person that shuts things down in certain ways, like brutal ways, like not leaving any error area or not leaving no gray areas for things. It's either on or it's off type of thing. Like abortion is an example. A strong man would just make abortion illegal for everybody with no exceptions. That would be the move of a strong man. A strong man would make, drugs illegal, and anyone caught buying or selling drugs can be executed. That's the move of a strong man. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like extreme measures, and when the people get to the point where they're desperate, then they want a strong man, someone that's going to make things different no matter what the cost or how he does it. Like, they don't care how he pulls it off. They're like, change things now by any means necessary, and regardless of whatever collateral damage happens. So, but I think that, you want people, if you're a powerful person and you want to do strongman moves, you want people to be in desperate situations. So you create them. You do what you can to sow chaos and to create situations where people are desperate, So the things is like talking about, if the gangs are running your country, then how did it get to that point? You know what I mean? For gangs to be powerful, they're always going to be connected to the police and the politicians. Okay. So then that means that the police and the politicians are involved in the situation of your city, town, state, country, if it's ran by gangs. Okay. So now, if those same people who are tied up into that stuff and somehow benefits from it and ends up being the leader of your country, and they were connected to that situation, that could have been their plan all along. Understand that. It's chess, it ain't checkers. These people aren't playing. They make 10, 20-year plans. They make 30, 40-year plans. And they work on them shits every freaking day. Getting you divided and suffering and starving is the perfect position for you to be in, the masses, if you will, so that they can make the moves that they want to make. It says he it says he also allowed Salvadorian citizens that live here in the US to vote online. Of course that's a landslide. I think that's a good idea. I really do. I don't know. People might think it's more room for cheating and double voting and stuff, maybe. But I think that they could have like an app that they could download to your phone. And it's not that everybody can has to vote that way. If you want to vote old school way, you vote old school way. But you can't do both. They're gonna be a record. So but they could put an app on your phone and they could verify that shit. They have all this damn technology on your phones now for security related stuff. So they can have this as a secure as fucking app on your phone, and you vote through that, and it'll verify your identity, and it'll also track so that you the same person wouldn't be able to vote some other kind of way. Think they don't have technology? All the shit we have. Come on, they can't work. They can't work that out. Get the fuck out of here, man. We got fucking ships that can go to the bottom of the ocean. We can see Jupiter clearly. We got people living in space. We got fiber optics. We got the whole planet is connected and can see each other through cameras and phones and shit. You tell me they can't make a secure app to vote through. It says dictator coming to a theater near you. It says Latin Americans love their dictatorships. It says fascism working. No way this can go wrong. Fascism, that's what I mean. I don't like the way they've been throwing that word around in politics lately because they've been using it in the wrong context. But I think this is a fair context for that. And this is also related to the strong man. And it's also related to the trend that's happening globally, politically. It says, I traveled throughout the whole Salvador and loved it. Hope the gang issues get resolved and the American gangsters maintaining restaurants and hotel chains as a cover up for their drug biz ends eventually. Mm, yeah. So that's what it's all about. A person like him, like his power doesn't completely maintain on his ability to be the strongman. His power has a lot to do with who he's willing to let play ball. You know, that's what it's all about. Who gets to play ball? And those people are powerful because they make a lot of money, and that's what they want to do is just make a lot of money. They don't really care. And so if this guy is pleasing those people, that'll make sure that he gets to stay in his position because us as the regular folks, we're like powerless. We don't have no choice on who is the leader of the country, really. We think we do with our little vote, but that shit doesn't really matter. But you do have folks that have influence over it. And these folks are like, you know what, bruh, if you don't let us play ball, then we'll find somebody else who will. And that might not look good for you. So collect this check, deal with the people, tell them what they want to hear or whatever, do your little old job or whatever. But we're going to do our thing over here. And we don't need you getting into that at all. So go over there and do your thing over there. We're going to do our thing over here. And as long as you okay with us doing our thing over here, then you can continue to do your thing over there. Otherwise, we're going to have problems. It says he's completely revolutionized El Salvador. It's a much safer country now. People have jobs. There is money entering the country. Gangs and crime is down by a lot. The only method is being ruthless to the dangerous and reckless individuals that belong to these gangs. They murder women, children, and men alike with no discrimination. He must rule with an iron fist against these kinds of people. Otherwise, there will be no change. He's a great man. May El Salvador prosper under his leadership. Does this not sound like strongman stuff? To those out there who know what I'm talking about, it says he must rule by an iron fist against those kinds of people. Otherwise, there will be no change. He says against these kinds of people. It says he must rule with an iron fist against these kinds of people. Highlight these kinds of people. Otherwise, there will be no change. He is a great man. Highlight, he's a great man. May El Salvador prosper under his leadership. It says haters will hate Bukali forever. It says who the hell cares? It says good unless you're from here, keep your mouth shut. See, why do they keep saying that? Another comment says he should take charge of all Central America. Strong man talk. Another one that says dropping the crime rate is great, but pretty sure their constitution says the president can't serve 2 consecutive terms. See, there goes more scariness. Yeah, he's been in for 5 years. He's going to go for another 5 years. That's 10 years. That's a decade. So that's like a whole era. That's like a whole freaking, all of the children that's going to be born during that time, how it impacts their life. Another comment that says, I said it before and will say it again. There's something wrong with this guy. He can't be that good. That's how dictatorship starts. Get the smile on this guy's face. Look at the look in his eye. I don't know. It says,
an educated and united public cannot be controlled. Get organized.
Learn to be active. Fathers are so underrated. They spend their whole lives fulfilling our needs, working tirelessly